guys, this is the last part. This will be the last part of my video for today. This is the actual setup of the packaging of the betel nut. So I have here with me the betel leaf. I showed to you before the wholesale shop where we bought this one. Normally the betel leaf, one of these we're buying for 2 rupees, right? Yeah, 2 rupees each. So in a one packet, if we have this size, 5 yeah? 4. So if it's small size, we will put like 4 pieces. So there's 4 pieces of this. And then this is the lime, the what you call the slake lime. This is the slake lime. Normally, if you go with the other shops, they wrap this in the paper, but I'm not into it because although this is not a healthy one, but just to be like, to look good, because if it's in the paper, it's like look more not hygienic or something. I don't know. It's just me maybe. That's so you have to put, okay, now I will assemble. So I have assembled here the betel leaves. So 4 leaves, one of these each, and this is the already cleaned and cut areca nut. So normally in a 1 piece of areca nut, you will cut it into 4, so it's a quarter of it, but in each set you will put 6 slices. 6 slices of it. So 1 areca nut, 1 piece will cost 5 rupees. So for each set, if you will put 6 slices, it will cost you like 7 rupees and 50 cents for the areca nut only. And then this one, the slake lime, normally you will buy it in a packet. Like let's say 100 rupees for a kilo, but I don't really have the actual estimate of how many how many sets of this we can make for 1 kilo, but it's just a small amount, which is quite good because this is not really healthy. Slake lime lime actually cause the mouth cancers, esophagus cancers, because I don't know, it's not healthy, but they're doing it. So cigarette is also not healthy, but people still smoke. So 2, 4, 5, 6. So okay, so I have the betel leaf, I have the slake lime, I have the areca nut, and now we need to put some tobacco. This one, they called it in Sri Lanka dunkala. Dunkala, right? Is it dunkala? Yeah. They call this dunkala. Tobacco. That's very strong, isn't it? I think this is the one that they will make their spirit little high. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Because it's a... And then I hope one day I can show you how they mix all these things and put in their mouth. And actually, this is the reason why you see most of the Sri Lankan peoples, Indian peoples, everywhere. The people who eat this one, actually, it's like it make their teeth and their mouth red, but you can stop them. Maybe for others, it looks disgusting, but it's their pastime, it's their habit, so we just have to respect them for doing that. Okay, so that's how the packaging look like. So in this one packet, normally we will sell this for 30 rupees. So I think it's like they can like 2 times, right? 2 times they can eat, sometimes 2, or 1 leaf is 1 session of eating. I don't know what to call the right term, session. So it's like that. Normally, guys, in Sri Lanka, there are this Bulath Vita. They call this Bulath Vita in Sri Lanka. Bulath Vita is a good business in Sri Lanka. In our small shop, normally we can sell around minimum 60 to 90 pieces in a day. So can you imagine that, guys? It is a good business. Maybe in a one packet, if you are the one who's doing this, it will cost you around 20 rupees, 15 to 20 rupees. So if it costs you 15 rupees and you will sell it for 30 rupees, you're making 15 rupees in a one packet. If you can sell 100 of this in a day, that's 1,500 rupees in a day. Cost of living in Sri Lanka is cheap. If you want to live the normal way, you have your own vegetables in your backyard and everything. Maybe it's more than enough for a one day. It's more than enough for a one day. So maybe in Sri Lanka, actually, if you have 500 rupees, if you know how to budget it, that's enough for you for one day. So if you can earn 1,500 rupees just making bulat pita, why not? You plant your own betel plant, so it's a good business. And then sometimes there are shops, actually, it's like before we start packaging this one, there's a person who's supplying us with this, and that's the only living he has. He will buy all the items from the wholesale shop. He will pack it at home and he will distribute it in the shop. By that, he will get only like 10 rupees. So that's it, guys. I hope I contribute a little understanding for those people who's thinking that why people eat bulat vita, why they eating this betel leaf, what is the purpose of this. So it's just a habit. It's like from the generations, they don't have any access of cigarettes, so that's their way. Like old people, they will sit all together sharing this, until now they're doing this. Sometimes they will buy a one packet and 2-3 friends will be eating together. That's their lifestyle. That's what they used to be. For others, it looks disgusting, but since you are in their country, you have to respect. It's a part of their tradition, it's a part of their culture, it's the part of them, how they grow up. So we cannot tell them to stop, although it's not healthy. But that's their way of living. People, especially, this one, for the drivers that was working in the nighttime, because it keeps them awake. So for them not to feel sleepy, they will be chewing this. So that's it, guys. I hope I contribute a little understanding for those people who's thinking that why people eat bulat vita, why they eating this betel leaf, what is the purpose of this. So it's just a habit. It's like from the generations, they don't have any access of cigarettes, so that's their way. Like old people, they will sit all together sharing this, until now they're doing this. Sometimes they will buy a one packet and 2-3 friends will be eating together. That's their lifestyle. That's what they used to be. For others, it looks disgusting, but since you are in their country, you have to respect. It's a part of their tradition, it's a part of their culture, it's the part of them, how they grow up. So we cannot tell them to stop, although it's not healthy. But that's their way of living. People, especially, this one, for the drivers that was working in the nighttime, because it keeps them awake. So for them not to feel sleepy, they will be chewing this betel. How, like what I said, I am not from Sri Lanka. I am in their country, and this is what people used to be. Especially, I'm living in the villages, and to tell you honestly, not only village people eating this. You can see Sri Lankan boys wearing a suit, working in the office, even the public servants, the parliament, the president, or in the other country, they're eating this. They will not survive without this. And those who are admitted, if I have a Sri Lankan subscribers around here or Sri Lankans watching me, if they're working abroad and they don't have access to this, the first time they will come here in Sri Lanka, they will find where is the bulat pita and try to eat it. That I'm very much sure, because it's already on their taste. It's already on their taste. Okay, so that's it for today, and I hope I make you a little bit I help you with a little bit understanding about one of the oldest tradition in Sri Lanka, one of their habit. It's not only boys, girls also eat bulat pita in Sri Lanka. Girls also eat, sometimes young, sometimes old. Not, I mean young, it may be like, 17 years old, 18 years old, they're already eating this one. Sometimes even whole family. And the funerals, in the parties, you will see this. If you go to the funeral, there will be a one big plate on the table. It's served to all who comes to mourns. It will be served there, and then it's like, there, if in Europe country, Western country, you're serving chocolates for the guests, that's how they serve, that's how they welcome it. And then one more fact that I have to give you, actually I experienced this. This actually is very important leaf in Sri Lanka. If I am not mistaken, I know it's a betel leaf. One time I was invited on a wedding in Sri Lanka. As an invitation, they will come to your house and they will give you a betel leaf. It's a betel leaf, right? So they will give you a betel leaf. So it's like, I don't know if it's sacred thing or something, but for them, this is very essential. So they're putting oil on it, or sometimes there are ceremonies that they're using this, like, it's like, actually guys, one day I have to find out what is the reason why, but for now, that's all I can share to you, because that's what I seen everywhere. And one time I asked my husband why, instead of giving us an invitation, why they give us a betel leaf. Every ceremony, you will see people offering betel leaf to whoever is the special guest on the ceremony. But not only that, like I mentioned before, on a wedding, if the family will come to your house to invite you, traditional, although now there are some that they already have a printed, because we have already access for our printing machines, computers, but those days, for me, I am not really sure, but I'm inviting all the Sri Lankan people or whoever who knows why, of all the leaves, why they're using betel leaf. But for me, as far as I know, on those old days, almost all Sri Lankan houses have their own plant of the betel leaf. Why? First thing, this is their pastime. Whole family is eating betel nut. So, betel leaf is essential for them. Maybe on those times, rice is very expensive. If they feel hungry, they will eat betel leaf. I'm not sure, but maybe, right? And then, the numbers of the leaves that they will use on the ceremony is different. Like, I mean, it varies on the ceremony. On the first day of school, students bring betel leaf for the teacher. If you're invited to the wedding, they will give you a betel leaf. If you want to go for a ceremony and maybe a minister or president is coming, they offer a betel leaf. Or even sometimes, alut to their new year, they will go to visit the relatives, they will give you a betel leaves. Sometimes, I mean, for my thinking, it's like giving gifts. Sometimes if you visit your family, you have fruits on the basket, or you will bring some things like chocolates. On those days, they don't have those. And then every houses eat this one. So it's very essential for them. So they will give betel leaves, I think. But I'm inviting everyone who have that knowledge why betel leaf. Please, you are free to comment down below, and I will really appreciate it. And then one more thing, yeah, very essential, wedding. I think I've seen a wedding before. I witnessed in a wedding before that in the Sri Lanka native wedding, they have this, they create a very colorful stage, and they will have this ceremony that the couple will be like tied with a string on their fingers, the small fingers, the pinky fingers. Then they will be I mean, like, I am not really sure. I'm just observing. On that time, I don't ask any question. I'm just observing. So all Sri Lankan people, you're very much welcome, and I'm asking you, please share to me why, or whatever you want, whatever I said wrong, you are free to correct me on the comment section below. But on the wedding, I observed that they created, like, this betel leaf was arranged round on the floor, and then the couple will be standing on top of it. This is something that I want to find out also why. But for me, as much as my experience for my 4 years of staying in Sri Lanka, betel leaf is everywhere. Ceremonies, on the streets, pastimes, funerals, wherever. So that's the history of the betel leaf. That's all I can share for now. And anybody who wants to share something else about this in a different country, you're very much welcome, and I'm very interested to find out, because this is something interesting in Sri Lanka. So that's all guys for today's video. Then I hope that I share a little knowledge for those who are willing to come to Sri Lanka, and one day you have these questions in your mind, and I hope you will remember me. So that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and put some comments below and hit like Betel.